Welcome back to TechSpace, everybody. And in this video, you're going to learn probably the hardest topic of C++ yet, which is the for loop. And before I even go into some deep explanation of what the for loop is and how you use it, I'm just going to pull it up on Google and let you guys look at it firsthand, just because that's the best way that I can, again, show you without confusing you too much, if that makes 100% sense. So I'm going to pull it up on Google, and I'm going to begin to just write a for loop into this program. So a for loop will have three things. It will have, and again, I'm not going to go in depth until after it's written, but I'm going to explain it a tiny bit along the way. So basically a for loop will have a variable declaration, which is declaring a variable. If there's a variable made, you can use it already in its value, of course, but we're going to declare a variable here and say x, integer x is equal to 10. And then next we have what we call what ends that loop. So we have to have some type of way of ending that loop, and we want to know how many times we want that loop to run. So we're going to say while x is less than so x is 10. Let's make x 1, and we'll say while x is less than 10, less than or equal to 10. No, just less than 10. And then that's how we're going to run our loop. And every time the loop runs, we're going to iterate it. Again, we're going to increase the value of the variable that we're using, which is x. So 1. We're going to increase x by some value. So in this case, we're going to use increase x by 1, which is the most popular thing, and not only the most popular thing, it's the most useful thing when it comes to C++. You increase by 1 because you get the loop over and over again. You can see the details of each step along in that loop. So now we're going to create a body, of course, using braces for our for loop, and inside of here, we're going to say cout and then prompt the user to enter a number. Now we're going to run this program and see how many times it runs. Make sure that it runs properly. And as you can see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different printouts of the same thing. So as you see, the for loop, every time it ran, it increased by 1, and when it reached 10, it stopped running. So basically, that's how you run a for loop. There are different things that you can use inside of here. Of course, if we close this out, I can say, for, again, if I already have the integer declared, I can just say integer x. And then up here, I can just create integer x is equal to 1, and then run the program again. And of course, we didn't get the same thing because we have declared this twice. So basically, in here, you can just say for x. Okay, so I guess I'm thinking of a different, I'm thinking of JavaScript. The reason this isn't working is because you have to declare this inside of here. Again, if I wanted to, you can take integer x is equal to 1, but you do have to declare this in here. Sorry, my bad. Won't happen again. It's really late, and I'm probably going to end the rest of these videos tomorrow, so I'll see you guys next time. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or anything like that, please post in the comment section below. Oh, and before I go, let me actually show you the for loop on Google and explain to it on Google pictures, just so you get, again, another explanation of it before you go. So this is one of the harder topics. Now, the first thing is called the initialization expression, That's why I wanted to watch or go to Google, because I knew there was like some specific term, and if I didn't say the specific term, pretty much everybody else in the comment section would tell me how I didn't say it right. But that's not what's important. I want you guys to understand that. Again, the names of it isn't always important. It's just what the thing does. So if you know what it does and you don't know its name, who really cares? If you know how to use it, you know when to use it, you know how it functions, then leave it at that. You don't have to go all in depth about what the actual name of something is. That's just something I've always listened to growing up, because the names, again, do not really matter as long as you understand the process. So if you have an integer j, so for integer j is equal to 0, we have the test condition, which is j is less than 10, so run this loop until j is greater than 10, is what we are saying, and we're increasing j by 1. Now we are going to print out some random stuff. This is the test condition, this is the increment, which we already knew, and j++, or the plus plus sign in general, is equal to saying plus 1. So remember that, plus plus is equal to plus 1. So we're saying take j, take j and set it equal to itself plus 1. So if j is 0 in this case, it is 0. So we're going to take 0 plus 1. So now it is 1. And then we're going to run this loop again. And now it's 2. And we're going to run this loop again. Now it's 3. Eventually it will be 11. And again, once it's 11, it will stop running because this test condition will be false. Thank you guys for watching. This video was way longer than it probably needed to be. But it's much needed because, again, the for loop sucks when you're first learning it. And especially when you're first starting to program it, really not going to probably know what you're doing, so you're probably going to want to come back to this video, and that's something that I had to go through, and pretty much every programmer. There's something you get stuck on, always, and specifically mine was just the for loop, so I'm guessing that might be some of your issues. So if you're having an issue, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll try to make a shorter video, or a different type of video explaining this, maybe in a different way to help you understand it. But thank you guys for watching. Again, click like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.